Shalom Ahab wa Baraka. That means peace, love, and blessings. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Bahashem, Ruach and double honors to the elders, the apostles, and the prophets. Also, the disciples that are righteously and correctly dividing the word. Now, today, what I wanted to do was I was going to do another simple breakdown. And today, we're going to do one of the simplest breakdowns ever. We're getting into John 3:16. But the way I do John 3:16, I got stuff everywhere, sorry guys. Ever since I started putting out these YouTube classes 2 months ago, my boss has made it mandatory that I work overtime every day and one of the weekend days. Clearly, I'm only going to work on a Sunday. But let's get this started. We're going to go to the book of Numbers because I'm going to start. If we're going to do a John 3:16 breakdown, I'm starting in the book of Numbers. I'm going to start at the beginning and work my way through. So let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 21. And we're going to read, we're just going to read, we're going to start at verse 4. I'm going to read it through and then I'm going to explain what's going on. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the people spake against Yahweh and against Moses. Wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. And the Lord sent, I'm getting excited. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Therefore, the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. So, when Moses held up this serpent for the children of Israel, it was to save them. So he put the serpent on the pole made of brass, or the serpent made of brass on the pole, like he said, like the Most High told him to. He followed the instructions like he was told. And when he held it up, all the people that were bit by the fiery serpent that looked upon it was healed. Now, let's go to the book of John. So now we know that when Moses raised up the serpent made of brass, is because the children of Israel were sinning. And when he raised up that serpent of brass, the children that looked upon it lived. So he saved them by following the Most High's instructions. Let's move on. John chapter 3 and verse, we're going to start at verse 14. So we're going to pick up where we left off. And Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must let's start over. I'm destroying it. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Wait a second. And Moses lifted up the serpent, and as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. And whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Let's read John 3 and 16. Oh, hold on for a second. Hold on. All right, I'm back. This class, this breakdown is just too good. I love this breakdown so much. I had to get something to drink. All right. John 3 and 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. God so loved the world. So Yahweh loved the world so much that he gave his only Son, and whoever believeth on his Son shall not perish, but have everlasting life. First of all, how do you believe in something? I mean, I know you believe in your bank card because you'll stick it into the bank machine, you'll type in the numbers, you'll tell the bank how much money you want, and it will extract the amount of money that you've required. And then it'll give you the card back. So you believe in that card. But, and because you believe in the card, you trust in the card, and you follow the instructions so the card will work. It's a neat story, right? Well, when you believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you do his instructions, and then your life it works right. I don't know if you ever read the scriptures, but think of it this way. You do what he says. Let me just show you what happens if you do what he says. It's the only way. What happens when you do what he says? Blessed shall thou be in this. I'm sorry, this is Deuteronomy. You probably never heard these verses before. This is Deuteronomy 28th chapter. We're just gonna jump to verse 3 and read through 3 through 7. We'll just read 3 through 7. Because I know you've never heard these verses. You've heard all the verses about the curses verses. But you've never heard these ones, guaranteed, because all you guys do is run around cursing each other. And I'm sorry for that, because I'm one of you. I've done the same thing my whole life. I got tattoos and all kinds of... I got so many stains on me. If you could see them, I'd be dirtier than the most homeless bum. Now, let's go back to chapter, like I said, Deuteronomy 28, starting from 3 to 7. Let's find out what happens when you follow his instructions. What happens? Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shalt thou the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. So not only are you going to be multiplied with healthy children, but all your food out of the ground, all of your livestock, everything. He didn't leave anything out. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. You're going to have abundance. Blessed shall be when thou comest in, and blessed shall be when thou goest out. So no matter what you do, when you keep these law, statutes, and commandments, so when you believe when you believe in him, you should not perish but have everlasting life. Why do you think they call this book the water, the living, the waters of, how do they say it? I'm at a loss for words because it's an actual verse. I should be able to bring it out. The living waters, the water of life. Anyway, the book, if you follow the instructions, you shall not perish but have everlasting life. That's how you believe in him. So, now we know how to believe in him. Let's go back a little bit further. It said, and God so loved the world. The whole wide world, right? That's an important factor. I've never seen or heard any Christian say that this is only talking about Israel. When you hear a Christian, they're saying, oh no, that's everybody. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Reagans, the Bushes, the Bidens, the Bin Ladens, all those people are in. All of the Epsteins, oh yeah, they're in. Bill Cosby, with the pudding pop and the touching the kids, he's in, right? Everybody's in. The whole world is in. Let's read 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and we're going to start at verse 54, and make sure he's talking about the whole wide world. Because, we don't want to be going off. I can't have the elders calling me up, telling me, you're not even in my group, but I'm going to tear you down anyway. I'm going to show you who he's talking about when he says world. Okay? Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and we're going to start at verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thine creatures, of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. So, wait a second. We all come from Adam, but he said that there's also the people that he chose that came from Adam. Keep that in mind. He has all the people, but he chose a certain group of people, and he's telling you right here. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Who's he talking about? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's not just jump to conclusions. Let's read the next verse. Because he made the world for our sake. Now he chose a group of people, all people from Adam, but he made the world for the sake of the people he chose. Let's find out. Next verse. As for the other people, which also came of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but like unto spittle. They are nothing. He made the world for our sake, the chosen seed. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the 12 patriarch sons, which are the progenitors of the modern day Israelites that are mixed and scattered to the four corners of the earth. That's it. Nobody else. But let's make sure. Let's make sure. Let's jump over to the book of Hebrews and get a precept because, that's out of the Apocrypha. So let's make sure. Let's find out if I'm telling the truth here. Now, I could have swore somebody I know said the same exact thing. Somebody I'm real fond of. Sorry. I'm trying to keep my spot over here. But watch this. Come on. There it is. Let's go to Hebrews. Let's just read 1 and 2 in the book of Hebrews. Yahweh, whom at sundry times in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. Yahweh at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. So in the old days, he would speak to our forefathers through the forefathers that he chose as prophets to understand these scriptures. The same people that are sent back today that understand these scriptures. But wait, there's more. I'm getting somewhere here. I'm going somewhere with this. So, in time past, and he spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. So our forefathers were spoken to by the prophets also, just like we are. Verse 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. Now we know that there's more than one world. He made the worlds. Well, we're over here in our world, singular. Singular. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse. We'll read 54 through 56 again. And after these, Adam also, whom madest Lord of all thy creatures, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. So not only did he create the worlds over here in Hebrews chapter 1 verse 2, and it says, by whom he also made the world. So he's showing you there's worlds, and then there's the world. So when he's talking about world in John 3 and 16, sorry, my throat's a little dry. But when he says world in John 3 and 16, it's isolated. It's plural. It's only talking about one. And so when you go over to Second Esdras chapter 6, not only does it show you that he's talking about that we all did come from Adam. He's telling you that we did all come from Adam, but so did the chosen seed. And then in verse 56, the other people which also came of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing but like unto spittle. Spittle is, funny thing, when we all talk, microscopic pieces of spit come out of you can't see them. He's saying that you're less than that. And believe me, every time you speak microscopic pieces, not like, you got little pieces of spit flying out like some old person that needs to clean their fucking dentures. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is, when the Most High says spittle, it's literally, I looked this up. It's like microscopic, like little tiny pieces. You cannot see them with the human eye. So he's saying that you are less than that. So I'm just showing you it's really small. You are really small. So now that we've proven that there's a world, the world of Israel, And then there's the other worlds. Like, you got the wide world of sports. You've got, on the cartoon, Pizza World. You've got everything. Everybody's got their, you're in your own world, man. Yeah, he's in his own world. So it's even a statement that people use on each other when they're not paying attention. So, now that we know that when he says world, for God so loved the world, for Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, so loved the world, he's talking about Israel. So when Yahweh Shai came here, who you so ignorantly call Jesus, well, he only came for the Israelites. It says that. You know what? I'm going to prove that too real quick, just to make sure, because if he died for all these, for the whole world, like you guys say, you got to break this down for me. Matthew chapter 15 and verse 24. We're going to skip all the bull crap and go right to it. 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That is in red. That's the same guy that died for the world. So that world must be the children of Israel, the lost sheep of Israel. Now we can move on to Isaiah 45 and 17. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end. There it is again. Singular, not worlds without end. The whole earth, it doesn't say that. It says world. Israel is its own world, and it's a world without end. One more verse, and we're gonna close out with this one last verse, unless the Most High puts the Spirit on me to think of some more. But let's go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, and we're gonna go to chapter 45. And we're just going to get with we're going to go over, all we're going to read is 25. We're just going to read 25. According to the covenant made with David, son of Jesse, of the tribe of Yahowadah, if you want to know how to say it right. Yeah, I study Hebrew. I've got a Hebrew alphabet, all the pronunciations. I study it so I can pray, not so I can speak to people. I pray in Hebrew like it says in the prologue to the son of the Jesus is his name, or Yahushai, the prologue to the son of Sirach. And he said that if you pray in the Paleo Hebrew, your prayers are stronger. And when you don't pray in the Paleo Hebrew, your prayers are not very strong at all. So when I say, let's read the verse again, because I'm going to teach you guys everything I can as well I can in the little stuff and a little bit of time I have. So if the Most High is going to show me something, I'm going to share it with you. Yahawadah. Yahawadah. Believe me, it's there. That is a Paleo Hebrew pronunciation. So, according to the covenant made with David, son of Jesse, and the tribe of Yahawadah, who you guys so ignorantly call Judah, that the inheritance of the king should be to his prosperity alone. I'm sorry. Posterity, not prosperity. Posterity. I can't really see that well. These are my worst glasses. I lost them. So let me try again. According to the covenant made with David, son of Jesse, of the tribe of Yahowadah, that you guys so ignorantly called Judah, that the inheritance of the king should be to his posterity alone, his people. I'm going to look up that word right now. Posterity. We're going to get that right now, guys. What is the definition of posterity? What is the biblical definition of posterity?
According to Merriam-Webster, 1. The offspring of one progenitor to the furthest generation.
Like I said, it's your family. So, it says to what? Let's try it again. According to the covenant made with David, son of Jesse, of the tribe of Yehoiada, that the inheritance of the king should be to his posterity alone, to his descendants alone. So the inheritance of Aaron should be unto his seed. So who is Aaron? Aaron. I'm sorry, did I say Aaron? Yeah, Aaron. Should be to his own seed. So, who's Aaron? Come on. Who's Moses' brother? So anyway, if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, I just hope you're able to get something out of this very simple breakdown. Shalom.